Hello there and welcome to Inside Expect, where I'm with my great friend and colleague Richard Sheridan. We're going to preview even, Friday's matches in the World Cup. We've got some fascinating ones here in Group G and H. Firstly, we'll start with Group G, Richie, and the news for anyone in North Korea. I'm afraid you haven't qualified, you've been eliminated. Ivory Coast, well, they've got to beat North Korea heavily and hope that Brazil beat Portugal. So I think we'll probably take that as read. What would you say? I mean,
playing
Ivory
for pride.
Coast.
Yeah, playing for pride.
Yes.
Drogba's last World Cup.
Yes.
So he'll be wanting to go out on a high.
Yeah.
So maybe a few goals from Drogba, and Javino may get a recall. He wasn't playing against Brazil for some unknown reason.
And the North Koreans probably a little bit edgy about another 7-0 and the effect.
I don't think they were showing this one live in North Korea.
Were they rushing to get back on the plane, or?
Yes, definitely. Well.
So we see goals here. I mean, Ivory Coast just have to go for it.
It's an exhibition game, isn't it, for Ivory Coast?
Yeah. The big one is probably one of what we call the tie of the round. Portugal against Brazil. Absolutely can't wait for this game. Brazil will top the group with a point. That's all they need to do. And Portugal only need a point to qualify, and they would top the group if they win. So it's all to play for in this one, isn't it?
I mean, it's a dead game. They virtually both qualified anyway, haven't they? I mean, I can't see any untoward things. So they're playing for top place, and who will they play in the next round?
Yes.
Betting wise, Spain should top the other group. Mm-hmm. So they'll want to avoid Spain.
So
they play. Spain, Portugal will want the win.
Yeah.
And but Brazil, we're 2.3 on Brazil. That's quite an attractive price.
Yeah.
I think it's coming from about 2.4. So the money's down for Brazil. They look very good, didn't they?
Yeah,
against
they did.
Ivory
I was
Coast.
very impressed. Yeah.
And I think it will be an open game. Both attractive sides. Nothing much to play for. There won't be any harsh tackles or this kind of thing. They want to avoid the yellow cards for later on.
Absolutely, yes.
So over 3.5 goals, 4.2. I think we'll have an attractive game.
Oh, we'd all love that, wouldn't we? Over 3.5 goals in a game like that, fantastic.
For Portugal and Brazil, that's the kind of game you want, and I can see it happening.
Yeah, and in Group H, it's far closer and far more complicated here, Richie, isn't it? Switzerland against Honduras and Chile against Spain. Again, on paper, these are just fantastic games. Switzerland, in order to qualify, must better the Spanish result in order to qualify. Honduras must win and hope that Chile beats Spain. Chile only need a point to qualify. The Spanish, if they beat Chile, they definitely go through, and a draw might be enough depending on other results. Yeah. So let's start with Switzerland against Honduras, Richie.
Yeah. Again, we're big on Switzerland here, 1.55, biggest in the market, that is.
Yeah.
So our compilers after that, and they have looked a bit defensive, haven't they?
Yes.
I mean, they caught Spain on the counter attack. They had 1-0 win. But they had the man sent off against Chile. I don't think they could have done much else, and they nearly held on.
My friend from West Ham, Bayrami, I don't think it's much of a loss really, him out of the next match, to be brutally honest, on his West Ham form. But
they could have got the equaliser, that Dirty, he missed a sitter, in the last few minutes to get the 1-1 draw. But Honduras are not bad defensively.
No.
So they're going to be hard to break down. Switzerland need the win. They had a better defence than Mexico and the USA during the qualifying. So there'll be no pushovers, and Switzerland will need Frey. 40 goals in 77 games. They need him to, come on, step up to the plate.
And then the other game, of course, Chile-Spain, which obviously looks a far more attractive fixture on paper. How do you see this one panning out?
Well, Chile, I mean, they missed so many chances. They won 2. And they're still sitting there and they could get knocked out, couldn't they?
Yeah, it's amazing to think
but the last 5 games they haven't conceded a goal.
No.
And they've scored 9.
Yeah.
They should have scored more against Honduras and they should have scored more against Switzerland.
Probably the same goes for the Spanish. They should have scored a lot more goals than they have.
Yeah.
They're beginning to sort of warm up a bit and look a lot more...
They look good, didn't they?
Yeah,
against Honduras.
Yeah.
Torres was a bit, looked a bit lackluster. But surely he's going to get better.
On form now, and that's only good for them, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think Chile is still going to go for the win.
Yeah.
I don't think they can sit back against a team like Spain.
So what are you predicting in this game?
Well, let's say we're 1.5 Spain. That's a big price.
Yeah.
Our compiler likes Chile a little bit by the looks. Yeah. Maybe Spain sneak it 1-0. That's 6.0.
Right.
And, it's going to be end-to-end stuff, but Chile, not a bad defence.
So you'll head on the line, Richie. Group H, which of the 2 teams do you think will go through?
I think Swiss-Honduras might be a draw.
Yeah.
And therefore Chile and Spain will sneak in.
Yes. I think the purists would probably quite like to see Chile and Spain in the next.
Definitely right. Definitely right. Chile look an attractive side. Sanchez, the
yes.
the Udinese winger. Looks very good.
Well, look, whatever happens, it's going to be a tremendous day of football, as it has been so far in the World Cup. And we've got a tremendous range of pre-match odds, and we'll also be betting live in running, which, I mean, if you haven't done this before, it's one of the most fantastic and exciting forms of gambling known to man. Richie and I are absolutely up for this one. We're going to be watching everything in multi-screens. We won't be able to get enough of it, will we, Richie?
Great stuff.
So you can cover it. We've got it all covered at Expect, and we hope you enjoyed as much as we will.
Good luck.